Hello fellow Whovians, here's my Timewyrm series review. The first 4 books of the new adventures. Timewyrm Genesis. Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. In the fertile crescent of lands on the bank of the rivers Tigris and Euphrates, mankind is turning from hunter-gatherer to farmer, and farmer to city-dweller. Gilgamesh, the first hero king, rules the city of Uruk. An equally legendary figure arrives in a police telephone box. The TARDIS has brought the Doctor and his companion Ace to witness the steps of mankind's long progress to the stars. And from somewhere amid those distant points of light, an evil sentience has tumbled to her followers in the city of Kish. She is known as Ishtar the goddess. To the Doctor's forebears on ancient Gallifrey, she was a mythical terror, the Timewyrm. This book is not very well liked by most Doctor Who fans because of the sexual content and the way the Doctor acts towards Ace, which is very demeaning. I personally like this book. I know I'm one of the very, very few that does. I like it because it's an introduction to the Timewyrm series. The Doctor has to fight against the Timewyrm. It's basically, she evolves throughout the books. I'm going to go on to the next one. This is set in Mesopotamia, and it's where it launches her sequence of events. Exodus. This is a really good book. The pursuit of the Timewyrm leads the Doctor and Ace to London, 1951, and the Festival of Britain, a celebration of the achievements of this small country, the insignificant corner of the glorious thousand-year reach. Someone or something has been interfering with the timeline, and in order to investigate, the Doctor travels further back in time to the very dawn of the Nazi evil. In the heart of the Germany of the Third Reich, he finds this little band of thugs and misfits did not take over the half-world and invaded. History must be restored to its proper course, and in his attempt to repair the timelines, the Doctor faces his most terrible dilemma he has ever known. This is set in an alternative history where the Germans win the Second World War. The reason why this happens, the Timewyrm's influence and the player's influence. It's a very, very good book, and I recommend you read this as well. But you should start off with this one, even if you don't like it, because it introduces the Timewyrm. Thanks. Here's Timewyrm Apocalypse. One I actually really like and nobody does. Yeah, about right. The end of the universe, the end of everything. The TARDIS has trapped the Timewyrm to the edge of the universe and the end of time, to the lost planet Kirith, a place inhabited by a physically perfect race. Ace is not impressed. Kirith has all the appeal of a wet weekend in Margate, and its inhabitants look like third-rate Aussie soap stars. The Doctor is troubled too. If the Timewyrm is here, why can't he find her? Why have the elite banditry lied consistent to the Kirithons they govern? And is it possible that the catastrophe that he feels impending is a result of his own past actions? Basically with this book, it's like if you're into conspiracy theories, it'll make a lot more sense to you. The Doctor and Ace appear on this planet where everybody seems perfect, but nothing is what it seems. A lot of people don't like this book, and I don't know why, because it's one of my most favourite books. So, whatever. Timewyrm Revelation. The parishioners of Chowden Boniface walked to church on the Sunday before Christmas 1992. Snow is in the air, or is it the threat of something else? The Reverend Treelaw has a premonition too, and discusses with the spirits that inhabit his church. Perhaps the Doctor is about to visit them again. Some years earlier, in a playground in Perivale, Chad Boyle picks up a half-brick. He's going to get that creepy kid Dorothy, who says she wants to be an astronaut. The weapon falls, splitting Dorothy's skull. She dies instantly. The Doctor has pursued the Timewyrm from prehistoric Mesopotamia to Nazi Germany, and then to the end of the universe. He has tracked down the creature again, but what temporal trap has the Timewyrm prepared for the final confrontation? Anyway, this is the best book out of the series. It's the last one by Paul, and it's by Paul Cornell. The one I've got. Hang on a minute, let me have a look. Hang on. I don't know if you can see that. No, probably not. 1994. It's a 1994 reprint. Guess what you get with this? You get a new story on all the Paul Cono novels apart from Human Nature in the back. So if you're going to get it off Amazon, get the 1994 version. It is better and it still looks new. I mean, when you compare it to the other ones, look, compared to that, it does look newer. Yeah, this book is very intelligent, very convoluted. You have to read it carefully to understand what's going on. Some of the stuff that goes on isn't real and other stuff is. So it's very, very confusing for most people. If you're going to start reading Doctor Who, don't start with this one first. You know, if you're going to read the Timewyrm series, do it in order, even if you don't like some of the books. You know, it's still well worth reading, you know. Any budding Doctor Who enthusiast who decides to buy the New Adventures, I recommend they start from book 1 and go all the way to the end. You know, it's just, there's no other way of doing it. So yeah, basically, the Timewyrm, in this book, it's far deeper. Like when it says stories too broad and too deep for the small screen, definitely applies to this. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Timewyrm series. And please check my other videos, and thanks to all my subscribers, people have encouraged me, people have liked my videos, people have commented, people have supported me, everybody who's been involved in me deciding to do these videos, a big thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye!